right. Well, we are back for the next episode. This is gonna be a fun one because we've started trading. I actually pulled the trigger on my first trade this morning. I'll say that. But let's go to what I know you wanted to share some stuff right away there, Mike. So jump on in, man.
Yeah, no. So I jumped in. We had the call this morning, and Donnie talked about a couple of things that he liked. I was not able to take advantage of one, um, but I was able to take advantage of the other. So I just created a demand zone and just waited for it to drop into it, and it just dropped into it before this call. I got in. I'm riding it up, and I was just saying to Steve, I'm like, I'm looking at the numbers, and I don't see how it's not going to jump like 60 to 100 pips from where I entered.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm gonna move it up to 100 pips for right now, and then I'm gonna, no, just for me for like, and I'm gonna watch it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, and if I don't have the same confidence in 5 minutes, it's going right down to the 20. But if I
Well,
see it like spike, I'm gonna keep it there. Otherwise, I'm gonna drop it down.
well, like Donnie, one of the things I love that Donnie said earlier this morning, and he didn't show us how to do it, but yeah, he will. But he said, when it starts to move up, if I don't want to pull the trigger and sell it
Yep.
just yet, I'll put in a higher stop loss. A profit stop loss. I'm already in profit, so I
Yep.
can't lose more than I can't lose. I just don't gain as much.
Yep. I just started doing that yesterday because of that, where I would watch everything moving up, and then I would just take that loss and then move it up. Although I said to Steve, the couple of the ones that had gone in for a while that I said I didn't understand, and I put in, one of them was put in on the 23rd. They both closed with a good profit
Nice.
late last night. Now, I would never want to do that again and wait that long because I had so much. I was unable to do so much, but it was a good learning experience because that money was tied up.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to do a lot of things I wanted to do because it was hung in
Yeah.
an active position. So now I'm just going to focus on shorter time frames and just hitting quick. But had my first 24 pip win this morning, and now I'm on the
Nice.
second one right now, running this one up. And again, if it pivots very shortly, I'm just going to knock it back down to the 20. But if it skyrockets up, then I'm just going to ride it out a little bit higher.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep moving it up. I mean, you can't when you're in profit and you get a stop loss that is in profit. You can't lose.
Right.
It's just a question of how much more will you gain. That's
Right.
all.
Exactly.
This morning I spoke to Don right after Donnie Pip's training, and there was a big gold move this morning.
Yep.
And it had gone up to over 200 pips. And my comment was to Don. I said, "Do you think Mike got in? How high do you think Mike went over 20 pips today?"
Yep. Yep. No, as long as, and that's a good thing, as I say, like, as long as you're moving both of those lines up and not just one. You know what I mean? I think it's like, because what I was thinking on the call today when he mentioned that, like, it was up 100 at the time, I think what Donnie was saying. But I was like, if you just moved it up to you're going higher than that, but your stop's at that 100, and just whatever happens. So you can only win pretty much. If not, you just stay there.
Yeah.
There's a woman who's consistently on the calls with him. Latoya.
Yep.
Yes. And like, she had a $750 profit today during the time we were on trade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Start to finish. Just amazing.
That's a beautiful situation.
Right.
That's not a bad start to a day.
No.
You think she might do it once or twice more?
I don't know if you guys have looked at the strategies at all. There's one strategy in there called the alpha strategy that is a minimum $5,000 investment.
Wow.
But that's up 13,000 pips. So my recommendation is let's get $5,000 and move over to alpha. Because alpha's winning.
It sounds like alpha is winning. So let's step back for a minute, because we've got people that are watching this and are like, okay, well, I'm seeing this stuff and I know I'm not in the quest yet, but like, how do we set these things up?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What do we need? What is this going to really take for me to do? Right. So I kind of wanted us to talk about that a little bit, because now we've got some people in the quest with us. We are, and the next quest is going to launch next Monday.
Yep.
Right. So, and I meant to check the date on that. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that right now, just because I want to be able to speak to a date. But what are the things that we need to set up to do this? Like, I'll give you an example. I set up an account with Awanda.
Yep.
Because I want to be able to do gold.
Yep.
And all of that stuff. And I didn't think we could do that with Tasty FX.
Correct.
I wasn't sure on GNT. I was going to look into GNT.
You can with GNT.
Do it there too?
Yep. Yep.
Just explain what you're talking about right now, if somebody's just joined us and they haven't caught.
Yeah. So what we're
the brokerage accounts.
Yeah. These are the brokerage accounts. So we've got a a charting account. We call it, that's called TradeView, TradingView. We have a brokerage account that we need because that's how we're trading. We have to have the brokerage.
But that's their money. That's where they keep their money.
Right. And you're picking that the brokerage account you want to use. We can tell you the things that we're using, but it really is you got to do your own research, right? You've got to, because we can't we're not financial advisors. We can't tell you where to go with all this stuff. This is yours. But what I can tell you is there's plenty of research you can do on it, plenty of information out there on the different brokerages. I know, like, I set up an Wanda account, I've got a Tasty FX account, I have a GNT account. I have all three, right? I didn't fund all three. I was funding a Wanda first.
Yep.
Okay. Mainly because I wanted to play with gold and some of the other stuff there. But from there, like, we can set up those accounts, but how do they all tie together? Like, how do they connect? Do they connect? Do they need to connect? Like, for instance, TradingView and a Wanda, right? Like, if I go into TradingView, and let's pull it up. Let's pull up TradingView.
And while you're pulling that up really quick, Omni, the app, when we talk about that, is going to support more brokers, but currently right now there's 4 brokers on the list, of which 1 is active.
And that's Tasty.
And that's Tasty. And
yep, Tasty FX.
Yep, and their requirement was any of the brokers listed in there were audited. So not only is the app compliant, but the broker is compliant in the US as well. So that's why those are the 4 that are currently in there. More will be added, but just to be transparent for people that are looking to get involved in the quest on Monday, we would definitely want to set up a Tasty FX account and a Wanda account for your GNT for your first 2 accounts. So you can do gold and you can do like exchanges such as the dollar yen or dollar euro, etc.
And to that point, Mike, Einstein is only available in a Wanda right now, correct?
Yes. And Einstein is here today, tomorrow. It's already, if you submitted your form.
I submitted my form. I heard about it yesterday, submitted it yesterday. I'm just waiting for that email.
That's when I'm going to get gold active. That's when all of a sudden I get gold active and I get a lot more crypto active once Einstein kicks in on both. Then because I already have a Coinbase account too that I can also, I think, tie back.
Yeah.
So bottom line is I am super excited.
We could trade through our Coinbase accounts as well.
Yep.
Awesome.
You could tie in that as the broker, I believe, on the Coinbase side.
I moved a ton, almost all of my ancillary altcoins into XRP, which is a whole separate discussion.
Yes.
But we won't go there for today. But yeah, so much is happening out there. It's like all these fun moves. It's like, all right, let's see what happens. Right?
Yep.
But it's not a question. It's a when kind of thing. Right. So, but I want to pull up TradingView here and share this. So I've got a whole bunch of things on my. Actually, I pulled up Tasty first. So I'm going to share this on screen, and let's sort of talk through this. You guys can see my Tasty screen right now.
Yep.
I've got a Wanda, and here we go. This is what I was looking for. So this is TradingView.
Yep.
Okay? And I'll tell you, by the way, I have no idea. I figured out this morning when I was on the phone with Stephen how to draw rectangles. Like, this wasn't here.
Yes. Yep.
I was like, I'm bugging out. I'm trying to listen to Donnie going through stuff, and I'm like, all right, well, he keeps drawing these rectangles. It's like, how the heck does he do that? Because all I knew how to do was the lines.
Yep.
Right. And so I'm learning. Right. There's all these little things. I pulled the trigger this morning in my Wanda account, and it ended up getting canceled. I didn't even realize it, but I did it in the demo account. Here's the thing, because that was the first trigger pull I did.
Yeah.
Right. And I've got to say, by the way, it was like, oh, it felt so good pulling the trigger, even though it didn't work, and it wouldn't have mattered anyways because it's a demo account.
Yep.
But it was just like, all right, I did it. I don't care what happens. I just did it.
Right.
Because I couldn't lose because it was a darn demo account. But it was like, okay, because as Donnie's going through, these are my thoughts this morning. All right, and you guys already know me. I'm a very positive thinker, but I'm sitting there listening to Donnie. I'm trying to follow him, and I'm trying to figure out how to do the rectangle, which was my first disruption, but then going through other stuff, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm realizing I don't even know how to pull the trigger. I want to pull the trigger. I don't even know how to pull the trigger.
Yep.
All right. So after we get off there, I just pulled the trigger. I just figured out how, and I pulled the trigger. And like I said, it ended up getting canceled. It didn't really matter. but it was like, okay, great. So now I've got to do a few more practices. So for those of you who want to get started and either you're in the quest with us or you're going to get in the quest with us, the future ones, the one on Monday the 3rd, make sure you set up the demo account and just get in there and pull the trigger a few times because you can't lose. It's fake money. Like Awanda gives you 100 grand.
Yeah.
It's a $100,000 demo account. It's like, who cares what happens with it? You got to get used to the movements, right? And I kind of get that from you the other day, Mike, because you were saying, just in moving the chart and stuff, just getting used to doing this, right? And what do we want to see on the chart? How do we move that?
Yeah. Yeah, and also in that, like, what you have off to the right there, even in addition to the chart, but on that watch list, I think that's where it all starts. Is if you go up to, like, for example, if you go up to that watch list button up top there, and you click that arrow next to it, you see that option for, you've already done it, but like add section.
Yep.
So like I have mine broken up into, because I adjusted this because I noticed where I played, where I didn't play, and where I had excessive information because I wanted to be quick and see what I want to see. So I have crypto, which has my main the crypto ones that I care about, like you do. I have Forex majors, which is just the USD pairs.
Yeah.
And then I have Forex crosses majors. And then I have Forex crosses, but I don't really open that one. I just have it in there in case I hear something and I want to take a peek at it. And then I have commodities, stocks for a few stocks that I'm actively interested in personally, and then indices. But that allows me just to kind of keep them minimized and out of sight, but also drill into them really quick and pull up the proper chart that Donnie's referring to that's tied to Awanda. So that's that was by far the fast way for me.
And that is so helpful. I actually caught that part the other day in his training.
Yeah.
But every single time I keep coming up here and I'm like, okay, I got to find it, right? I'm gonna search. And then, but once I put them in here, then it's okay, great. I want to go to US UJ, US dollar Japanese yen, or I want to go to gold, or I want to go to, Euro USD. It's really, that just made so much sense.
And when you're adding them, you just do like plus, and then you do plus, and you do USD, and then you just select the ones you want from the list. You don't have to keep on going back and forth and back and forth. You just bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Yep. So right then and there, if I wanted to do the dollar, I'd type in USD, and now you're seeing all the dollar ones. Then if you do space, I think if you do space Awanda.
Oh, I didn't even try that.
Yeah, there you go. So there's your top three right there.
Yep. And I've already got them in my watch list. So
and then and then if whatever, because then the other ones go like three down above. Yeah, so those are then they have the New Zealand, so NZD, USD, GBP for Great Britain pound, USD, Euro dollar, and Australian dollar. Those are the other ones. So, and then obviously you just change it to AUD or whatever. But that's what's great about it. It's just so easy.
Yeah, I still every once in a while I click here and I catch myself now. But it's like, yeah, so it's those are two things that we can recommend. If I can recommend anything, just from my own experience, my vast amounts of experience here, set up your watch list, focus, have that, and push the darn button on your demo account a bunch of times. Figure it out. I can't tell you. I'm gonna do it a bunch of times today. I was excited because the funds from me just hit my bank account, like the one that I'm able to move it into. So now today I'm funding the account, and I'm also expecting to have Einstein today. So I'm excited, just a little.
Yeah.
So how about you, Stephen? What is the takeaway you got?
Today, when Donnie, there's a couple of things. One is to, here's the thing, what he said, and I wrote it down. I will push you to be the best trader you can be.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. And, some people have their personal nuances, and he wants to push you out of them to get, so you don't get there, because that's not the best trader. And when you listen to what he tries to, teach you each day or get the knowledge to you, that's a big part of it. It's a big part of the mental strategy that's there, to not make it, like gambling so that you're really doing something. And the other thing he talked about today was make trading realistic. He talked about, one trade and it made $20. And he said, that is a living wage. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't you're not getting rich there, but if you did that every few minutes, you're gonna have a great day.
Yeah, you would.
And
that was it. How many people make $20 an hour?
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
What also he said is you pay attention to his lingo, what he says. When he says he likes something,
Yeah.
that means pull the trigger, push the
Yeah.
button. When he says he likes it 3 times, that means you already should have been there. And he said
Yes.
that today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was like, "What? You guys aren't in this thing yet?"
Right.
I was like,
Right.
well, "I can't do it yet. I haven't figured it out. I don't know how to push the stupid button."
I also, because I struggled with figuring out how to do gold initially because I didn't have the separate account set up yet. I wanted to get in on gold, but couldn't for the first few days because I didn't figure it out. So that's why I think this is great that we're talking about what you should do to be able to follow along with everything.
And also, it really gets you to focus that this is a business for you. This
Yeah.
is your business. This is going to work. And it's your own business and you own it. So the more you put into it, the more you're going to get. And he talked about getting up early. I mean, he gets up between 4:30 to 5 a.m. to get
Yeah.
up and get started. And he's prepared ahead of time for his day. And he goes through on what his preparation is, before he gets there, before he starts trading. Um, that was really a big thing. And it's like, gets a strategy done ahead of time and gets his set up for what he wants to have set up. And he goes through that and he shows you. The other thing was there was one gentleman on there that was at something specific. And Donnie's going to do a Zoom call with him later to go through it one-on-one. That's just amazing that you can get that kind of
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of attention. Yes.
It's Steve.
Really.
What I loved about that is how he said to him, "You do this first, and then after you do that, and you mess it up because you're trying and you're doing, now we can set up a Zoom."
Right.
That's
Yes.
what I loved about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that gets you to go in and do it because most of the time you solve the problem yourself. You
Yep.
just didn't try.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah.
think you could get it done. And then all of a sudden you realize, well, I did it. I paid attention. I learned something. Yeah.
I can tell you, he does that with anybody that's working on it. Because like yesterday, I was still having some challenges in my setup, and yesterday was Monday. I want to be going. I messaged him earlier in the day. He messages me back pretty fast, private message, and we were going back and forth during the day. And so, it got me a long ways. And
Yeah.
it was
If
really
you
helpful.
show you're working on it and you show you have a personal commitment, he shows his commitment back to you.
Oh yeah.
I also picked up, because you guys know me right now from what I've been doing, picked up on what he said yesterday is always start your first trade at 20 pips for the day. He says 20 all the time too, like, especially when people
Yep.
are starting out. But I have taken that too. My very first trade is unequivocally 20 and nothing else, no matter how excited I am. And then, yeah, as I mentioned, now I just ride the stop loss up if I think it's going to go higher with it once it gets above 20.
Yep. Yep.
But I'll set it to 30. Is what I typically do. I'll set it to 30. And once it hits 20, I'll move the stop loss up to 20. And then I'll decide, do I want to keep it at 30 or do I want to run it up?
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of go from there based on what I'm seeing.
Now, and he said that because he wants us to set the tone for the day.
Yep.
Like you start the day with a win, and you just keep on rolling.
That book, Make Your Bed. I mean, the speech by General MacArthur too.
Yeah.
Like, first thing you do when you get out of bed is make your bed. It's why the military does it. It's a win. You start your day right. Same thing.
Yes,
I have a former
yes,
wife.
indeed.
I have my mother and former wife to thank them for learning that. They were like, you could not leave your bed unmade, and former wife first thing got out of bed made the bed.
Yep.
So then when I actually saw that speech by one of the generals or an admiral,
Yep.
whatever was giving it,
Admiral, you're right.
I was like, all right, I already do that. I'm pretty good.
There you go.
And I still do to this day. It's like, yeah, because I've accomplished something. It might have only been making my bed, but at least it started.
Yeah, and I'm religious about it now too, like, because
Yeah.
my wife and I are on different schedules now in the morning because she's a teacher. So I do it. And the other day I got out and went to hop in the shower. I'm like, I could just do it when I get out of the shower. And I caught myself and I'm like, this is the crap that I'm not tolerating anymore. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're not doing it when you get out of the shower. Before you leave this room, you're doing it right now. And I went back and did it. I thought the story about Jim Rohn when he said he always shuts the lights off when he goes to hotels. He goes, and he's like, years ago, I thought to myself, well, no one's going to know. And he's like, I know. I said I was going to do this and I didn't do it. So it's the same thing. That's all I could think of. I'm like, you cannot leave the room until you do it because that's the commitment you made. And it's a good habit to build.
Yeah, you mean at the hotels turning a light off, leaving the room?
Yep.
I do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's good stuff. So jumping back. So let's go into the chart instrument. So here's a question for you, Mike, because you've been pulling the trigger. If you're looking at trading view,
Yep.
All right, and I know there's a buy and there's I could buy and sell in Trading View, but how does that connect with Awanda, or does it not?
No, it can. So if you actually go back to your trading view, we can kind of walk through it so we can do a visual if that's okay.
Yeah, let's if you don't mind, because one, I need to learn it, and that means
Yep.
there's got to be somebody else that would like to learn it.
Yeah. I mean, I would have loved to have seen this too. I kind of figured it out by fumbling around.
That's why I'm asking you, because I didn't want to fumble.
Yeah.
One of the things that is available in the back office in the Build Academy, there are all the other previous trainings that he has.
Yes.
So if someone's going to look there, that's a place you're going to want to start going over those things, because you'll advance significantly more rapidly, and then when you get to the live sessions, you'll understand a lot of what he's doing and understand the mechanics of how he's creating his graphs and his candles and what he's doing.
Yep. And again, too, you just pick up so much more every single call because now you're mentally at a different place and you're understanding. So he's talking about like candle wick size, and like he does this based on this. Well, the first like 4 weeks, I wouldn't even have paid attention to that because I was focused on what is the meat and potatoes. This is what I need to get, so I could at least get there. But yeah, one thing, Don, too, if you go up to the top there where it says next to where it says 30 minutes, and you click that little carrot pointing down. This is something that I just learned from him the other day. Okay, so on that list right there, good. You got the 1, 3, 5, 15, 30, 45. I would select those two because Donnie uses those. Then below that, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour is what he has on his chart. And then he does not have the 8 hour, but and then on the 1 day, and that's it. So that keeps that up. So that's good for that chart.
Okay,
and
cool.
then what I did also, if you do that same thing on the indices, off to the right, that little carrot.
This right here.
Yep. Do you have moving average simple? Perfect.
Yep.
So that's one of the ones. I added a couple other ones that I play with, and that's where Einstein will be later on today for people that are looking for it. Yep. We're going to go there, invite only. Einstein will be there, and that's where we're going to find it.
And literally, we'll just see it there. That's what I've been watching for.
Yep.
I keep clicking on it. So this was, I think this is the simple average.
Yeah,
but he also puts in the 200 day of the 20.
Right, but I'm going to adjust something that you did here. So off to the left where you got your SMAs. This is based on, again, I'm copying Donnie. This is not me.
Yep. No, all good.
On the SMA 20, do you have the SMA 20 up there? So actually, you have a couple of SMAs. Click that top one for a simple moving average 9. Click on that one. Double left click on that, or click that button. That's fine. Yep.
Okay.
All right, so let me see. I'm going to move this to a different screen. My eyes aren't that good. I can see, but I can't see. Okay, now I can really see. All right, so go to the top one that says SMA 9. That says, yep, click on that, and then click on the one, the second icon in, the one that looks, yep, right there. Change that 9 to a 20.
That's how you do it. I was looking for that.
Yeah, then go to style. And the blue is fine for that. So that's what I typically do that one as a blue. So then click OK. And then I'd get rid of 2 of those. So I'd just delete 2 of them off yep. All right, so now go to that next one and do a 50 because he uses that one semi-frequently. I think he does the 50 as red. So change that to 50 and then change the style to red. And then just click out of it. Yep, there you go. Did that take? Yes, it did. Now go to the other SMA 9 and change that to 200.
That's what I was going to ask you. So that is so perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then go back to style, and he does the second yellow, like the goldish colored yellow, on the one to the left. There you go. That's an orange, actually, the more I look at it. And that gives you your moving average. That's your average price over the last 20 candles, 50 candles, and 200 candles.
So let me ask you, where are they?
So the red and right there, the red and the blue, so they're coming together right here underneath that. Yep.
Blue.
Yep.
Okay.
The 200 is nowhere to be seen, so move this. Oh. There it is. There she is. So as you can see, so it's operating low. So actually, one other thing too, go down the bottom there. See those volume bars? I find them distracting. So right click on it, and do move to, and pane below. Yep. So at least that frees up a little bit of space. And then you can minimize that if you want to drag it down. And yep, just like you would. There you go.
Nice. Yeah, that was actually annoying the crap out of me. So thank you.
Yeah, the same here. It annoyed the heck out of me, and I figured it out. And then I saw it in a video like an hour and a half after I figured it out. And I was laughing. I was like, if I just watched that video. Anyway, so that's showing you the 200 candle average is typically up here. So we're operating lower down here over the last 20 to 50 candles. This is a 4 hour. So you figure there's 6 of these in a day, 6 candles in a day.
Yeah,
So
on the
yep,
4 hour.
on the 4 hour. Yep.
Yeah.
So needless to say, that would say if I saw it going up, I'd want to go back. Now, if I wanted to get more history on that, you can go back to the day or zoom out. Yep. And then zoom out a little bit more and then see where that yellow is. Scroll down a little bit. Oh, wow. That was a big jump. Now, do you see how those are real? Stop for a second because this is something I didn't learn until about a week ago. Do you see how these candles are super long?
Yeah.
If you go over to that far right column where it says 170, 171, 175 off to the right, yes. And now just scroll down on the mouse there. Inside that column. There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Now we can make it something more digestible and visible.
Wow.
Yep.
Just to point out for anybody that's viewing this right now, Donnie does a setup call, presentation Zoom on Sundays,
Yes.
and he goes through all this. This is
Yep.
all done. So don't think that you have to figure this out all on your own.
I did his Sunday call when he was talking about how to set up Einstein and some other stuff. So I've gotten some of this.
See, I missed the
I
first
haven't gotten
Sunday.
any of those though.
I missed the first Sunday because I couldn't make it. So I just had to literally fumble my way through rather than because I didn't realize at the time I could just reach out to him and ask. So I just kind of went in and I'm like, just get dirty and figure it out.
There you go. Well, you get dirty, but you figured it out. So that's
yeah. So I use that functionality a lot because if I want to see back further, so like right now I still don't see the yellow. I still don't see the 200 on there. You know what I mean? So I would scroll up or I'd condense that on the right there, and then try to save it.
What did I do?
No, just you gotta bring it back up, click in it, and then yeah, there you go. I just don't know where the 200 is, but whatever.
Can't be that high up, can it?
Well, actually, go on that column on the right and just condense it even more. Scroll down, go into the numbers and condense it. Let's see if we can see it even more. No, there she is on the bottom. She's below. Okay.
Oh, on the daily, she's below. But
yep.
On the 4 hour,
yep.
Above.
Right. So this is where if we just want some history, and then obviously see how it's all like zoomed out like that. If we want to get it, then we just adjust that with the column as to how so the candles look the way we want them to look. Yep.
Oh, that is like that just feels good.
Yep.
It's what I wanted.
And it's great to grab historical because this was some of the mistakes I initially made. Where I was charting and I was making predictions based on like 6 candles that took place over 6 hours. It took place over 6 minutes, and that's why Donnie says like playing like the 4 hour and the 1 hour only, like when you're first starting out.
Yeah.
He's like, just so you don't, because it gives you longer periods. It's more predictable because there's a consistent pattern over time.
Yeah. And looking at here, so one of the things, so he talks about, so let's go to some of the things that he talks about here.
Okay.
Because I mean, for me, this is super helpful. And
you're on the dollar. Okay. I'm going to pull up the same chart on my side.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention where I was. Yeah, the Euro USD.
Yep, and you're on the 4 hour. Okay.
Yeah. So if I go and I look, all right, I've got this.
Yep. I have that
here.
Yep.
And so that is a resistance point.
Correct.
Right there. And it's funny because this candle from this session hit there, and it's back down. So then we look at.
Well, actually, do this for a second. Go over and grab a shape because that's also creating a supply zone up top there. Yeah, grab a shape and grab that entire green right there. That entire green candle.
This one?
Yep. Go all the way top to bottom and then drag it to the right. Steve, please correct me if you disagree with anything I'm saying. And then if you want to color that in, click on that for a second so you can see it's actually movable. Yep. So there you go. Now up top, change that to red. And then change the fill. I typically fill it, but
that's what I thought I was doing, but I wasn't. So let me go back.
There you go.
The fill is red. There we go.
And then I'll typically, if I have time, I'll do supply zone. I'll just type it in there. Otherwise, I just don't. I just know it. And then I'll do the demand down the bottom.
So let's look. So I picked that one. I got it.
Yep.
Stephen, where would you go for the demand? I'm putting you on the spot, my friend.
Where would I go on the what?
For the demand zone, because we've got a supply zone here. Where's the demand zone?
Yes, Mr. Donnie Pips.
I'm going to make you a better trader there, Stephen.
Because he does do that.
Yeah.
The demand zone is going to be up in between there, up above. First,
Well, we're looking for the supply now.
then demand is going to be up above in between because that's what the demand for it is going to create that gain, correct?
Give me 1 second. I thought the supply was the red one up top and the blue was the demand one down the bottom.
The supply.
Did I reverse that?
Uh,
I'm
you
not
know,
positive.
all three of us could have reversed it for all we know.
I'm going to see if I have it written in here on one of my other
I
ones.
thought supply was at the bottom, demand was at the top, or maybe it is vice versa. But what I know is that when I go back, I want to go back not just for the like the double bottom here, but where if I'm correct, where the one is more than double the other.
Yes.
So we get that here. Technically, I guess we've got it here as well.
Yep. So this one though, that one's based off the green. Okay, so this one should be based off the red. So like that red right there off to the left.
So the red being
one to the left of where you are, the red candle, one to the left of that. That's what I would see it as. Because see it now, that green, they can be combined, those two candles, but see how they're combined more than half of that?
Yep.
So that's where I would take that entire area and that entire red candle and I would grab a shape and I would drag it all the way across to the right. And that would be like, I'd be looking for it. That'd be my entry zone. Or I'm trying to get a quick answer for you, by the way, based on what we were saying.
See, and this is huge because now what we're looking at, and we did say we were going to cover charts and stuff, and we're going to get into this stuff. Look, guys, because we're all learning different stuff, and you guys, when you get in this, it's like you're gonna make all kinds of mistakes. You're not gonna know. Like we're just confusing the two with the supply and demand. We're not actually sure, and Mike's checking on it. But if I look here, it's like I know in this range, if I want to, if this candle reaches up in here, right? The odds are it's going to get rejected up here or in this range. Anywhere in here is a buy zone. If I want to, I should say a sell zone. All right. So I want to sell from here, and my zone where where I would expect it's going to turn around again is down here. So I'd want to be selling either before or certainly when it gets here. But it was interesting because the way that Donnie explained it, it's almost like, I don't care if you want to call it civil war or some battle, right? But you've got one side and the other, or even tug of war, right? And you don't want to buy in this range. That's not the range where you want to be jumping into something, right? If you're expecting it to go back up and it hits down here, well, great. That's a place to buy it because you think it's going to go up, right? If it's up here, well, you want to be able to sell it because you think it's going to come down, right? But the bottom line is, as the candle gets close to this area, this is where all of these, let's say, soldiers are, and they're going to start to repel that candle the other way, right? And vice versa. It starts to get up here, and you get all of these sellers that are ready to sell, and they're going to push the value down this way. So it's kind of like I took it as a battle. That's one of the things I got from him. And you just got two pockets of people, sellers and buyers.
Yep.
And if it's down here, it's the buyers that are controlling the market. If it's up here, it's the sellers controlling. Did I understand that right?
Yeah, and then understanding on which one of those bars in the zone that you can sell on, or you can do it at either one. I mean, you can, but if you want to try to optimize it, or if you think it's going to go higher, then wait to get to the second one.
I don't know if you guys ever did. Well, Steven's you're younger than us, Mike. Although I'm still a kid, but I'm not going to go there. But pinball. You guys ever play pinball?
Yeah.
I remember Donnie was talking about it the other day, and I asked him the question. It's like, so we could sell here, so we can pick up a sell position, ride it all the way down. So we take the profit coming down, and once it's down here, all right, we sell. I mean, we're out of that trade, but then we can get back in the trade for the ride up. It's almost like a pinball machine. if it was only going to stay in that range, then it'd be insane how cool it would be. But then it would get boring. It'd be too easy. So, but I kind of, that's what I envisioned. I just envisioned a pinball action there.
Yep.
Good analogy, yes.
What can I say? So did you confirm it? Which one is the demand? Which one is the supply?
Yep. Demand is down the bottom, supply is up top.
Okay. All right. So I think Stephen was right then. I was wrong.
Yep.
So supply is up here.
Yep.
And demand is down here.
Yep. And Donnie typically does demand is blue. But so I literally copy what he does. So it visually in my mind doesn't have to think. It sees blue and it knows it's this.
Yeah.
Right, correct. You want to set it up the same way he does. So
Yep.
and
it's, that one right there. And then, but I'm not going to get into that today. That's more.
No, go ahead. What was it?
So one of the things I learned, right, is I tried testing out a few different things. So if you go, and I'm not saying do this, but if you go into indicators for a second and you search for support resistance channels, actually get off invite. Actually, no, it might be in there. Yeah, support resistance channels, the second one down. It has 32,000. I think that's it. Click that for a second. All right, now close out of that. See that line? It puts a support line down the bottom.
Yeah.
So it does it in green, and then that shows you certain zones. But there's people that have made tools out here. So that one has it really high. Now that's based on something else, and you can adjust that. But I'm just showing you that there are tools out here that work. And one of the things that I think what I'm planning on doing, because I'm going to take these tools and figure out how can I create indicators that I can pull up on demand that are my set indicators. Yeah. And I can adjust them or drag or drop them to get them to be exactly where I want. But I want to be able just to pull, so it pulls a certain information and just creates it to make it nice and easy.
I love it. See, and as we get to know this, and we really get good, and there's certain things that we catch that are triggers for us.
Yep.
That's a perfect example.
Yep. Now, if you want to get rid of that, obviously just hide it. So go back to that indicator and then click that first icon right there, and that hides it, and it's gone. And if you wanted to, and you don't have to do this, but if you wanted to get rid of your drawings, just right click in that space.
Right click in what space?
Anywhere, right down below. No, just in the entire chart. Anywhere. Yep. Right click. And don't do it now, but see remove 4 drawings or remove indicators down the bottom. That's what you would do, and that would get rid of the charts.
Nice.
Just so you guys know that. Just a faster way for everyone on the call knows.
Cool. Good stuff.
This is the stuff we've been tinkering with.
Yeah, I can tell. I'm closer. So I gotta get to pulling the trigger a little bit more today. A whole bunch more today, I can tell you. Today because I'm like I said, the funds are in the right account, so I can just use the debit card, move it right over, so it'll be instant. So I'll have that while I'm waiting for Einstein to come live from me. I'm going to be pulling the trigger with the demo account and looking for different areas and just getting used to pressing the button, right, and buying or selling, getting whichever position I want.
Yeah, and I just had I think it was like 144 pip. I was right. It just hit. That one that I did at the start of the call, it just hit.
Yeah. Nice.
Yep.
Excellent.
Well done.
And then it reversed. So by the way, let's touch on that really quick. See these zones? So what that basically tells us is what we're expecting 9 times out of 10 is I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10. What we're going to expect more times than not, based on what we're seeing and the patterns that we're seeing, is that price is going to move into one of like that green one right there. Can you zoom in on that? Just just zoom in on that. There you go. Perfect. So a price right there. So if I see that right there, that one right there, the euro US dollar, actually, let me pull up in mine. I'm going to sell it right now because that's.
Yeah, you want to share your screen? I'll stop.
It's actually a little bit below where I want it to be, but it's still at the top. Let me see. I can do it really quick. Share. Where are we at? Where's the share on this?
Should be at the very bottom of the Zoom.
Yeah, I know where it should be. I just don't see it. Sorry.
Don't mess up your.
Oh, there it is. It's green. It's green. I wasn't looking for that. All right. So screen 1, screen 2, screen 2. I think this is it. Yes. Okay. So right here, it's coming out of the zone. I would have rather have caught it
Not
up here.
seeing it yet.
Up. What about now?
Yeah, it's coming up now.
All right. So I would have rather have caught it up here. But see how right now it's right here? I'm going to click sell because I want it. Margin, that's fine. Take profit. I'm going to initially set it to 20 pips. I'm going to set my stop loss for 25 pips. That's fine. So I'm in this trade right now.
That was pretty simple. A few clicks, boom, done.
Yep. And now actually taking a look at it, I think it's going to go lower. So I'm going to take this right here. I'm going to take that line right here, and I'm actually going to bring this down. So my take profit, I'm going to bring it into the right at the edge of the demand zone.
Okay.
And that's it.
And did you want to confirm that, or I don't know if that changed?
So this is if you so I'm going to go down here to this is a paper trade one that I just did on this one because I wanted to use an example.
Okay.
But there it is right there. So if I click on it, it shows me there's the price, there's the quantity, there's the take profit that I entered in at. The stop loss, actually, is that one? Yeah, that's the one we just entered, right?
Thought
Yeah,
so.
because that's the top. Yeah, but the stop loss wasn't there. Edit. 20.2 stop loss 25 confirm. There we go. All right, now and then it's just we'll just watch it and let it do its thing. And then what I do now is because I want that, so I'll go over here and I'll create an alert for myself. USD JPY crossing, and I want to know when it hits the 152.48. So I'll do this at 152.48. I'll go to notifications, make sure it plays the sound. I have a specific note it plays when I win, and that is you can't hear that because I'm not sharing sound, but if you click that right there, it tells you what the sound is. And I just have it set up, and then I click create, and now I'll get an alert once it crosses, and I win it.
Nice.
And if I don't, then I sit in silence and wonder what's happening. No, I'm just kidding. But bottom line is, I could set the loss, but if it was something I really cared about on the loss, like if it was a lot of money, I'd probably set like some sort of loss alert or loss sound. But on this one, I'm just planning to take the win, and if I don't, it's not a lot of money anyway. So I want it to win, but it's not going to break me if it doesn't.
Well, it's interesting to watch and to see all of this stuff. So you literally did all of that in TradingView.
I did that in TradingView. Yeah, if you wanted to create your account, I mean, add a different down there. Sorry, if I go to paper trading, and then you can add brokers down here. If I click on this,
that's
see the brokers list, and now I can select my brokers.
So trading panel, and so if I want to go to Wanda, connect. Oh, I just started clicking. I should have waited.
Yep. No, that's all. Actually, if you want to take over again, that's fine.
So I just already did it.
Yeah, it's super simple.
I mean, literally, yeah. Because I went down, and it was, I forget what the box was there now, but either way, I went down there, clicked, and it gave us, just like you showed, the different options, the different trades, and I just clicked Awanda.
I just connected my Awanda account on here, so you guys saw me do that.
Now, how does this know that it's my Awanda account? Like, how does?
Say you have to log in. Once you click on Awanda, you have to enter your credentials.
Okay. So I didn't do that.
And see right here how it says Awanda? Now I know I'm in Awanda, and I want to get it out of here and back.
Not seeing yours.
Oh,
now we see yours. Okay.
Sorry. So like right here, I know I'm in my Awanda account. If I want to get it back to my demo or my paper trading, I just go here and I click on paper trading. But now I wouldn't buy this because it's out of the zone. I'd rather be patient, wait for it to get back.
My Awanda account there. I must have somehow connected them and didn't even know it. Now I'm into my demo. I just moved it to the demo because, like I said, I want to get used to pushing the button today a bunch of times. And then this is so much better because when I pushed the button before, I did it in Awanda.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, because I couldn't mark up the chart in the same way and do the stuff that I wanted to do.
Right.
So TradingView is huge.
Yeah, and I'll say this in full transparency, because with Tasty, when I first did it, I couldn't. So I mark up everything in TradingView because it's so much better over here.
Yeah.
And then I take it, but I will also, and I'm just going to share this really quick, just again to be transparent and show what I did. I opened up a web terminal inside Tasty.
So while you're pulling that up, by the way,
there it is.
Just about finished. Oh, there you go. Okay, go for it.
All right. I just wanted to show this really quick. So I opened up a web terminal here. Okay. This is, tell me when you see that.
Yep.
Okay. So this is Euro USD. So on the other one we were looking at was the USD JPY. So I'd enter that up here. And then I'd click on that. And now I know I'm on that. Now it's a little different. Minute 1, minute 5, minute 15. The other one we were looking at was on the 4 hour. So I'd do that. I'd zoom in here just to kind of see what we're dealing with. Now, if I want to, before when I first opened it, there was no buying and selling. I could click new order here, but I wanted to see what the numbers were. So I went up here and clicked on this, and that brought that up. and then that's obviously how much you're putting in, and then there's your buy sell, as well as the spread. So this is where if I'm placing an order in Tasty manually, I'll do it here, and then when it's down the bottom, if I wanted to close it, I wish I had one I could do. I'll do it tomorrow. But if there was an order in here, I'd go down here inside Tasty, and then I'd go in, and off to the left, there's an option that says close it out.
Okay.
And quite frankly, inside Omni, if you click on the trade, if you click on active trade, if you go down the bottom, there's an option just to swipe to the right and close out the trade. So let's say you chose 20 pips, but it's 19, and then it went back to 10, and then it went to 19, and then it went, and you're like, reached a point where you're like, I'm happy with 15. Just the next time it hit 15, I'm closing it out because I want to do something else. As soon as it hits 15, you just close it out.
There you go. So this has been a fun day. It's starting to gel, starting to get there. I'm still a little confused on some different things, but getting there, right?
I'm a lot confused.
Okay, yeah. Let's go there. But it's getting in there and actually starting to do it. That's the key thing, because it doesn't. If you're paper trading, you're using a demo account, it doesn't matter. You can't lose, right? I mean, technically you can lose on a scoreboard, but that's like playing a game of pinball, right? Yep. Right. That's it, because you don't lose the money. Here's the thing, guys. We have we're going to get into a lot of this stuff and get a lot more involved. And so if you want to join us in this quest, reach out. Make sure you go to the address right above us. I've been adding it, so it's actually in the edit where it's across the top of the screen, almost the whole video now. Just so that way everybody knows, hey, you want to join the quest, it's q2am.com, and we will see you starting Monday the 3rd. That's the next quest, right? If you're not in this one, but get ready, because this is going to start to get really exciting as we're learning all this new stuff, and we're going to share some cool stuff. So don't get left behind. Join the quest, be part of it. So you guys want to close out?
All I'm going to say is I'm looking at my numbers in percentages. So if we put 250 in, I'm seeing how much can I grow that 250 from a percentage perspective every day. That's all I'm focused on. Who cares about the dollar value? Because all it's going to say to me is, as I grow that, if I can build a consistent pattern of growing X amount per day, then when we're dealing with that count loaded with, as we talked about the different stages, 1,000, 4,000, 16,000. That's when it starts to get even more fun, when that number starts being
64,000.
triple, 4 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, and plus.
We just keep Forexing them.
Yep. That's all I have.
I love it. Steven?
What the whole trading platform does in the Build Academy and the training with Donnie, it teaches you the fortitude to push the button with no fear. That's what it does.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're gonna
and it takes a while for that to kind of sit in. It's not immediate. Then all of a sudden it clicks, and wow, I could do this. And when you get to that point, you say, wow, the future all of a sudden is bright, because now you have a way to earn an income, again, regardless of which way the economy goes.
Yeah.
And that's profound. Yeah.
It is. Awesome. Well, great call today, guys. We will be back at it tomorrow for the next recording, and you all have a phenomenal day, and get into the charts. Join us in the quest. Again, q2am.com. We'll see you soon.
Let's go.